And welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast. I am your co-host, Danny Galarno.
And I am Ricky Liordi. And who do we have on this week, Danielle?
Devon Cole. And she was so much fun.
I can't not smile when I hear her name now.
I actually I think instantly started smiling again because I'm just remembering how it was having her on this podcast. Because we've done a double recording today, which is like a lot of fun sometimes. And today, I think they were like the two best people to have for that, and her energy starting that off was just infectious.
You said it the best. She has the most infectious energy ever, and I told her off camera too that her energy and her vibe and her personality is truly unique, and it's so amazing to sit down with people like that, because when you don't know somebody and then you walk in and you're introduced to an amazing energy right off the bat, it really reminds me why we do this.
Yeah, and just such
like,
a
that
nice
was a perfect
person,
example.
so talented. Like, I've heard her songs before. You've heard her songs before, and like she's still so new in her career. I didn't realize it's only been 4 years since she kind of really made that switch and commitment to going to music full time. But I think it was a lot of fun hearing her story and just hearing who she is as a person outside of the music world.
Agreed.
But yeah.
Devon, if I didn't tell you enough after that episode, you have an amazing energy to you. Don't ever lose that, because you truly are a spark in this world. So, thank you for coming on. Thank you for blessing us with your energy. And
I actually want to add, just like, I cannot wait for her to come in the spring, because that's one show like I'd really want to go see, just to kind of see her perform live. I just can't wait to see what's next. So let's fucking go. Boop.
The worst. Do you know what the worst part about the studio is? The sirens. Every episode we get at least one, and it's ridiculous. I just feel like it's part of this neighborhood. Like, how many times have you been to like this part of town?
I love this part of town. Queen Street West. That's where we are, right?
Yeah.
I love this part of town. I grew up around this. That was a total complete lie. I didn't grow up around this part of town. My first apartment in Toronto was in this part of town. Is what I meant to say. But I love it around here. I love the Value Village Boutique.
Okay.
See, I just hate this corner right now.
Yeah.
Lately, just because lately there's just been
sirens on sirens.
Sirens on sirens. A big influx in like the homeless population here.
Yeah.
And just a bad vibe sometimes.
A little bit of a bad juju lately. But
it reminds you when you're in the city. Like, my mom just moved houses, and we live right by the subway station, and you can feel the house kind of go like this every 5 to 7 minutes, and I love it. It's like we're city girls, you know.
Such positive energy.
When you're at your condo, do you hate hearing sirens?
I don't hear sirens in my condo.
Okay, because I absolutely miss that. I just moved out of the city about a year ago, and I'm moving back in a couple weeks. And I miss hearing the sirens.
Yeah, it is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's like a nice peaceful thing at night sleeping.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Calgary, Alberta.
Okay.
So we had less sirens.
I can imagine that.
But it was very, very gorgeous. Grew up by the mountains. Loved it. It's kind of giving oil and gas, which is like super fun for some people. But I wanted to come back to my roots. I was actually born here at Mount Sinai. And when 2020 hit, I was like, I need to escape. I need to escape. So I came back here, and I love it here. Okay. Toronto's home.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What parts of Toronto do you like better? And what things about Toronto do you like better, and what things about Calgary do you like better?
Ooh, Calgary, I think is, it's got more nature to me where I'm from. There's like a river that runs through it, and you can go and sit by the river in the summertime, and it's very gorgeous. And we have Stampede every summer.
Stampede's big.
Yeah, huge for me personally. I love it.
I've never been.
Oh,
I know.
I've never been as an adult.
Danielle,
I went as a kid.
You've been?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Completely diff as a young adult. I've thrown up multiple times there. It's just a riot. It's so much fun.
I feel like you could have fun doing anything. I really do. I feel like your energy is very positive and high.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind. I got my nose pierced last week.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know.
Just for fun.
In case you were wondering, it's to the camera, so I'm like, is it red? A bit red, because I couldn't put makeup on it.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, I specifically got it done on my good side so that people could see it. You know what I'm saying?
Why'd you get the nose piercing? Any specific reason? Just loved it?
Because as an artiste, I don't do anything cray ever. Like, I never dye my hair. I wear usually the same thing. But I wanted to do something cray. You know, in my eyes, and just piercing my face. I've never pierced my face before. I've got like major earage, but I don't have any tattoos, you know.
I was gonna ask you if you had any tattoos, because
yeah,
I got my first one here and I feel absolutely crazy, but it's like the tiniest little thing on my neck.
Wait, your first was a neck?
Yes, that's what people say, and I love when people say that because it thinks I'm cool. But
wait,
this was like my impulse on my neck first tattoo.
I think it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And it's subtle, and if you're wearing a turtleneck,
yeah, which rarely, but
nobody will see.
Some people haven't seen it, and it's been like I've seen them. I got in 2021. And still people now I see, they're like, oh, I didn't know you had a neck tattoo. And I was like, yeah.
I think it's really, really cute.
Thank you.
Ricky, do you have any tattoos? Oh, you're tatted.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Okay.
I've got a few, yeah.
Love.
My legs are almost fully done too. But
oh, so much fun.
It is. You know what? It really, I did most of them during COVID too. I love tattoos. I used to have a bunch of piercings too. I had my nose pierced that one for about a decade. No, more, about 15 years. I got it when I was maybe 18, 17. And I didn't like my nose. I've had a nose job since, but I didn't like my nose. And I was like, one way, if I don't
can
like
tell
my
if
nose,
you're joking. Are
No,
you
I'm
joking?
100%
He's
serious.
completely serious.
100% serious.
Oh my God, I love
I'm an
that.
open book. Yeah, I'm very open.
I love that.
So I didn't like my nose. I'm like, hey, if I don't like my nose, let's dress it up. I'm like,
Yeah.
let me get a piercing for it.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, put some accessories on it.
Yeah.
And I think I was probably the only man I knew with a nose ring for probably about 15 years.
Oh, I love
and
that.
then one day, then I got my nose done. I still kept it in, and then it fell out maybe 5 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I'm 30 now. I should probably take this out.
I think it's timeless. TBH.
You know, maybe I'll put it back in just for you.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed you have your tragus.
Yeah, tragus I've kept. So apparently tragus helps with migraines. Did you know that?
I knew that, but mostly because I'm an ear pierced girly.
Okay.
I know. I got I think this one's called a daith. This little thing here. I was high at the time, and I wouldn't have gotten it done either.
So I used to have 8 piercings on my ears. Yeah.
Oh, you went for it.
I had both. I had lobe and then the secondary lobe.
Oh, I love
I
that.
had the cartilage
What?
on one. I had both lobes, so that's 4 lobes times 2. Then I have my tragus 5, my cartilage 6, right on the side, the mid-level one. That's 7, and then I had something on one of the insides, which was
saying right here, the inside.
Yeah, but the inside there's like 4 on the inside that
Were
you could do.
punky?
No, I never had more than 4 in at a time ever.
Oh,
I would just go through phase. Like the second holes, I think I took out after a week just because like that's too much.
Okay, gotcha.
Then some of the other ones.
I did not know this about you.
I used to have around 7 or 8.
I love learning new things about your
we're
friends.
learning things about everyone today.
I think I had 10 piercings at one point total.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, my dad doesn't know. Did you guys when you were growing up, did your parents care what you did?
My parents.
What a fun way to ask that question.
Okay.
Did your parents care what you did at all?
I mean,
No. So I
body.
got my first piercing. I only have like the 2 holes, but I got my first piercing when I was like 8 months old, like as a baby.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom took all my cousins to go get their first holes, and I was like 8, and I was jealous. And she's like, "Hey, whatever, it's a piercing, go ahead."
Right.
Did it, and then grade 8, I think I was going to the dentist, and she took me to get my belly button pierced. And that's
Your
it.
belly button?
In grade 8.
Wait,
it was like a big dancer thing.
I'm obsessed with this.
But I haven't had that in since university, but there's still a hole. So I could probably still like put it in, but I would never anymore.
Okay, so I'm getting vibes from you both that like, no. Your parents were gung-ho. They were like, you do it, girl.
And then my tattoo, I actually went and got it with my mom because I bought it for her as our Christmas gift, matching tattoos.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's with your mom. Did she also get it on her neck?
No, her wrist.
Okay.
She could not get it on her neck.
She was
way too scared.
Very badass. Very cool.
What about you? Did your parents care what you did when you...
Yes.
I feel like that's so insulting to ask. Did your parents care what you did when you were young?
Absolutely. I my mom and I went and got my ears pierced when I was like 14. Like I'm an adult pretty much. To get my ears pierced, and we didn't tell him. And then I got my seconds, and he was like not happy with me. And I came home a couple months ago. I was home and I had a like was stamp from a bar or whatever.
He thought it was a tattoo.
He thought it was a tattoo, and I saw like fire burning behind his eyes. He goes, "What is this?" And I was like, "Don't get mad at me." So yeah, they do care, and I haven't told my dad about my nose piercing, and I'm afraid.
The thing is, you have to tell them
Dad,
that they can come out.
She's got a nose piercing. Cat's out of the bag.
Oh my god, it's temporary. Like it's temp. I can take it out.
Nothing's permanent.
Nothing's perm.
Well, tattoos are fairly permanent.
She doesn't have a tattoo.
Yeah,
She got a nose piercing. She could have gone real crazy.
I could have gone crazier.
So wait, what do your parents think about what you do then? Because this is your career is a very non-traditional career.
Non-tradish.
Yeah. You might find yourselves in some very interesting situations in this career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, performing at different venues all over the place. Like, what do your parents think about that?
They're so proud. They're
Okay,
really so proud. Ricky, don't make me weep, because this might make me weep, but they're really, really proud. They've always wanted me to follow my dreams, as you know, good parents do. And they were always very encouraging when I was younger in like show choir and tap class and showgirl stuff and all that kind of thing. So I think they're very proud to see me pursuing my dreams. And my dad and I were in therapy the other day, and he called me a superstar. He's like, "I think you are a superstar." Because I always joke, and I'm like, when I'm famous, this will all be worth it. And he's like, you don't need to be famous. I just want you to be happy. And I think you're a superstar. And they're very, very proud and very supportive. And I just moved to LA, and they were very proud of that move for me, because I've always wanted to live there. Always.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
If your parents were here right now, what would they say to you?
I would cry at that question if I wasn't so heavily medicated.
I don't mean to laugh. You said that so nonchalantly.
I am there are things I want to cry at that I can't these days. I would say, love you bitches. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say, they're the reason I can't look at the floor, because I'm like imagining them there, these like little parents. I would say, thank you for letting me pursue my dreams, and thank you for letting me do the things that I want to do and supporting me in that. Yeah, that's all I'd say.
When was that moment for you that you were like, hey, like, this is what I want to do. This is what's going to be, like, this is my goal.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I moved to Toronto in 2020, and I moved here to go back to school for advertising, because I didn't think that music was a viable career for me at the time. And then I started posting on TikTok, and I released my first song in 2020, because I was like, if I don't do it ever, I'm going to be kicking myself on my deathbed. And so once it started gaining some traction, and I started gaining some traction online, like a very minimal amount, that was all the validation that I needed, that I wanted to do this. Because in my heart of hearts, I always wanted to be a burgeoning pop star with my Hannah Montana mic. But I
love that she looked to the camera too.
It's so iconic. It's like one of those.
No one's ever said that, but I love that you said that.
I love the energy.
They're so cute. It's like a costume mic. Like girls on Halloween were, I'm sure, walking around with this type of mic. You know?
You know what? I do know.
Yeah, you guys know exactly what I mean.
I really do.
I don't remember what I was saying.
No, you're saying so you went back to school, and then you had a little bit of traction with the first single.
Yeah. All I needed was a teensy, eensy, weensy bit of validation from my peers, and also somebody to look up to. I think I went to university, and I didn't know the first thing about releasing a song, what that takes, what a distributor is, how to put things on Spotify. And then I had friends who were doing it casually. They're like, this is the easiest thing in the world, and why wouldn't you be doing this? I guess it was very daunting to me, but it's really easy. Like, we could make a song tonight and have it be out tomorrow.
You don't want me and Rookie to be
We
on
could.
any song.
In my past life or my future lives, I'm a great musician. I
know
love
it.
music. I love concerts. I'm arguably the best, worst karaoke performer you will ever meet in your entire life. I've got the most heart.
What's
But
your go-to?
Depends what mood. Is it a solo or is it a duet?
It's a
Solo,
solo.
Drops to Jupiter by
Classic.
Train. Duet, Always on Time, Ja Rule Ashanti. No
Okay,
question.
you have those locked and loaded.
Yeah.
That's
Like if you need us, I can line up a karaoke song for any moment.
Oh, I love that so
Like,
much.
We get to the private room karaoke in Chinatown. The first thing I do is go to the computer and just line up 10 songs. So I know it gets the people going too.
It really does. One time I went to karaoke with my brother and I in Koreatown, and I thought we were gonna be witnessing people going up, clapping for them. Maybe we would go or not, and we had booked a private room, just the two of us.
No, it's no fun. So we've actually gone karaoke with people from this podcast who are also singers.
It was you.
You didn't go with Graham that one
I
time?
didn't go with Graham or Bree.
We went with. So one time I went with a friend of mine. She's a singer too, Canadian pop star, and she's like, we know she can sing. Obviously she can sing, but like we're all fucking around. Like I was like, hey, come with us. Like all my friends were there, so she comes with us and she starts singing. We're all just like, this isn't even funny. This isn't karaoke. Like you're fucking too good to. Like, can you tone down the levels a little bit and just like be like the rest of us for a second?
Right.
It was almost too good. And then Graham, our other buddy. Like when I mean he sounded like Frank Sinatra, and he sang a Frank Sinatra song. I was just like,
yeah,
like I'm crying, singing, and I got
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra beside me. I was like, fuck this.
it's such a nice moment to be able to be free. I am part of this lovely friend group in LA that we do karaoke, just the 10 of us or whoever will come, and they put the auto tune on it and we just queue up whatever's on YouTube. And it's not like at a karaoke place, but it's people who are not singers, people who are singers. Everybody does it and everybody has their turn and everybody's so supportive. And it's just fun to just play. I feel like it's a very childlike thing to be like, go up and sing and it's going to be okay. And
No
it's
one's
just
gonna
fun.
judge you, because I feel
No
like a
one's
lot
gonna
of times,
judge
like
you.
this is your career, so like you're going into a studio, you're working with other people, producers,
Yeah.
this and that. Like you're going in there to work. Obviously, they're not judging you, but you have the mind focus that you want to release a song, you want to do something well. Here, you can actually just go and it's like improv.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
just do
so
whatever
fun.
you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what's more enjoyable to you, to sing in front of your 10 friends on karaoke, or to perform in front of let's say hundreds of people?
Probably hundreds.
Yeah, that's fair.
sorry to my girlies in LA, but I like to be on an elevated surface, if I'm speaking my truth.
I mean, yeah, you can stand on the couches in private room karaoke.
Yeah. Maybe I should take that approach next time we do karaoke. I'm banking this for later, for sure. But there is nothing, in all seriousness, nothing like sharing that moment with your fans or people who have bought tickets, who maybe didn't know you before, or if you're opening for somebody. It's just the most fun, winning people over and sharing a moment together, having them sing lyrics that you wrote. It's I hope to be doing it for a very, very long time, and I will pass away happily once Red Rocks happens.
We should have a
That's a
tally
dream.
at this point
But tally for what?
of like how many people. So we usually ask people, what's your dream venue?
Oh,
I feel like you kind of just answered yours.
it's Red Rocks
Yeah.
for sure.
So Red Rocks is like one of the go-to answers that we
Yeah.
get a lot, and it was recently our favorite spot. We went to go see Rufus the Soul there.
Wow,
2 years
so
ago.
special.
It was. I've recently changed my answer
To the Sphere.
to the Sphere.
And I was
In
just about to
Vegas.
correct myself, saying it is my favorite
Yeah.
venue still.
In
In
Las Vegas.
It
yeah.
is. It is just like it's almost like you feel like you're on a different planet when you're in that room.
Yeah.
It's truly remarkable. Red Rocks is remarkable too. It's very just natural earth versus 21st century technology.
Yeah.
It's like completely different.
It's very
and
different.
they're both very special in their own manner. But I feel like we need a tally of how many people say Red
Say
Rocks or
Red
something
Rocks.
now.
You should.
We'll keep this on one of the bricks over
Yeah.
That actually would be fun.
here. Yeah.
So you've seen somebody at the Sphere.
Yeah, I saw you too. I went
Oh,
to Vegas
wow.
for 48 hours last year just to see you too.
Oh my God, that's
I'm
so
a big
cool.
concert junkie, like really big.
Aw.
Shockingly enough, though, I was saying about that. I didn't go to that many concerts this year.
I went to at the beginning of the year, but this summer I feel like because I
Yeah.
didn't go to any at Bud Stage, but the beginning of the year I think I'm at 20 for the whole year.
That's a solid.
Oh,
number.
that's awesome.
It's just like between the podcasts, because like a lot of times like people come into the city, we'll go see their show after.
Yeah.
This and that.
We usually try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you go to a lot of concerts?
I
Like
tried
none
to.
that you're not like ones that you're not associated with.
I tried to, but I think I've been really bad about it this year. because
tough, right?
there are some concerts that have come and gone now that I've been living in LA. Like Maggie Rogers just played there. There's no reason why I shouldn't have gone to that. Like I love Maggie Rogers. Remy Wolf just played. Like I think I don't get on tickets when they drop and then it sells out and I'm like, better luck next time. But I'm in the perfect place in LA to be seeing so many concerts. And
LA is one of those cities where everybody plays.
Yeah. But recently I have been making it more of a priority than I used to. I used to have a visceral reaction in a bad way to concerts. Like I've left multiple concerts actually not okay. Like we went to Måneskin at History like maybe 2 years ago. I wept for days. For literally days because I wanted to be them so badly. Like they were crowd surfing, like Victoria, the bassist, she's like amazing. The security guard is lifting her up like a little Polly Pocket and throwing her into the crowd. And it just was so amazing. It's so amazing that I wish I was them. And instead of seeing it as inspiration, I'm like, I get really jealous and I get like, I wish that was me tonight. Like, I wish that was me. So, but I have a better relationship with it now. I'm really working on it and trying to enjoy, because I used to love them when I was a kid. And then when I went to university and kind of took like a more traditional path, like I saw Shawn Mendes in London at the O2, and this poor guy that I went with was like, are you okay? Like I was not well. Because I wouldn't leave the venue. Like I literally, everything had passed and I was just sitting there like, actually, what's that word? Catatonic. Like being like, I can't leave. I might sleep here tonight. Because I love it so much that I hate it. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
It does make sense, but I also feel like you have a different appreciation for it, like as an artist too.
Yes.
And like you're seeing it and you like, I guess even just like hearing from what you're saying too, like you just want to be there.
Yeah. It's diff now that I'm an artist. I am taking notes constantly. I'm like, oh, that was cool with the lighting. Oh, their choreo's on point. Oh, it's giving hairography. Oh, the outfits are slaying.
Sorry, what was it? Hairography?
Hairography, like,
Never heard that?
No,
You know?
I'm not a dance girly.
it's like choreography, but for your hair.
I put two and two together. After the hair flip, I put the two and two together.
Yeah. It's amazing. And they make it look so natural, but the amount of hours that goes into putting on a show that you're like that viscerally affected by, it's just like, I think I always recognize how far I have to go. And maybe that's what's upsetting to me. I don't know. I have hypnotherapy tomorrow. I'll unpack it with him. But yeah, I think I have a better relationship with it now, but sometimes I do leave absolutely weeping. And then I have post-concert blues for a bit. That's okay. People get that.
People get it 100%.
100%. After like a life-changing show.
Yeah.
I did want to ask, what's the best concert you've ever been to?
Oh gosh. This is such a wonderful question. I'm stalling. I would say Måneskin was up there just because they are so incredible, and it was so, the level of performance, they're not standing, like there's not a single moment where somebody's standing, like
still, like
standing
nothing,
still.
Yeah.
I would say Måneskin for sure. I can't think.
What about you?
Best concert of my entire life is Taylor Swift. No questions asked. Like
which era? Which?
The Eras tour.
You went to the Eras tour?
Yeah, Detroit last year. I wasn't a Swiftie, and I've told the story on the podcast before. I wasn't a Swiftie. My mom was, and she wanted to go. And ironically, I was in Windsor for a pickleball tournament. So I saw that she was in town. I was like, Mom, she's in town. Let's go. And this is before I knew about like the bracelets and the tour being crazy expensive. Before I knew anything.
Right.
So I was like, okay, we'll just get tickets last minute. Like I go to a million concerts a year. Like ticket prices drop last minute. And then I started looking at ticket prices. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like $2,000 to get in the building. I'm like,
yeah.
What? So I basically manifested the shit out of floor seats.
Okay.
I was sitting row 7, I think, floors. Like right near the diamond in the middle.
Like post on his story.
I posted on my TikTok. I was like, anybody know anybody that can get me tickets? And lovely, this amazing woman, I forget her name now, but randomly pulled through and got me floors for $1,000 American for the pair, row 7.
What?
Like, if you see my content,
like face value.
Like, I'd pay face value. Yeah.
Who was this woman?
So they released last minute tickets, just like they released the last couple days for Taylor Swift in Toronto.
Okay.
And so she's like, Ricky, like, I know you're looking for tickets. I got this. Again, a random follower. Never met this person. And I was like, sure, like, I'll take them. She's like, okay, like, oh, they're gone. I'm like, oh, shit. She's like, okay, I've got, row 7, section 103. I'm like, they're $800 for the pair. I'm like, okay, I'll take them.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, they're gone. I'm like, hey, like, respect, are you fucking with me here at this point? Like, did
Yeah,
you just message me to get out of the inbox request and into my actual DMs? Like, is that what you did?
Yeah.
I didn't say it like that. But then she's like, oh, like, I've got floors. I'm like, hey, whatever it is, just buy them. I will e-transfer you the money tomorrow, like, ASAP. And then she goes, and I was walking into a meeting. So I'm like trying to text. I'm like, look, I'm going to meeting. Just whatever you can get your hands on, face value, I'll take 2 and I'll e-transfer you, I promise. And then she's like, are you sure you're going to e-transfer me? I'm like, look, like, you see, I do TikTok. I do social media. I'm not going to just disappear. Like, I want these tickets. Next thing you know, she sent me the tickets. And then she like screwed up. She said they were $100 more than they actually were. She was like, felt so bad about it. I'm like, I would like, here's the extra $100 too. I don't like buy you and your friend drinks because she was going already. I'm like, buy you and your friend drinks for the night. You could have easily made $1,000 on these tickets like tomorrow, $2,000. And she sold them to me for face value. Aww. So I was like, here, like buy a couple drinks for you and your friends. Like, here's the extra money. Like, and it was hands down, no questions asked, the best concert of my life. Second is Adele. And third was Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake.
Amazing. At Rogers
Holy
Center.
Grail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have your list ready.
Yeah. Adele was number 1. And I wasn't an Adele fan either prior to the. It's just, there's no nothing with Adele. It's just a lady who stands up there, sways side to side and sings. And it's remarkable. It's,
iconic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Taylor Swift is a production. It's a 4-hour like marathon.
Yeah. The amount of time that she's on stage is just shocking. It's to do it night after night.
Yeah,
she's
remarkable.
A hero.
Are you going to any of the shows?
No, I'm not. And I have been racking my brain this entire time of what concerts have I been to. And I haven't been to any like large ones like that. Like any big artists, maybe because I might jump off a bridge after. Like I'm not totally sure what would happen. But like the last time I went to a big concert was Shawn Mendes, Justin Bieber in my youth, like Elton John.
Okay.
Was
Elton
amazing.
John's great.
That was
Elton
a good
John's
show.
great.
Yes.
I wish I would have seen Elton when he was younger, though. I heard he
Yeah.
had more energy when he. Fair enough. The guy's 70-ish, 75-ish, so understandable.
Yeah, to transport back in time.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fun cue.
Okay. If you could work with any artist, dead or alive, and you. Oh, so let's 2-part question. You can work with any artist, dead or alive, and you get to see any artist, dead or alive, in concert. What are your answers?
Freddie Mercury and Freddie Mercury.
Okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
That was a lot quicker than
I thought,
the other
yeah.
question.
Yeah, I know.
No
I'm
stalling
sorry.
that.
You're ready for
Are you
this.
going to hold it against me that I didn't know?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. Thanks, Danielle. I just love him so much. I love his story. I love the biopic. I know that's lame. I was a fan of Queen before the biopic, but I just love how theatrical he was, and I love that he didn't compromise and that he had a vision, and he was just weird. He was a total weirdo.
He was unapologetically himself.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
And
at that time too, that was like very
that time,
rare.
Yeah. And I think he's just a monster on stage too. Like to watch old videos of him is like, it just chills.
Did you ever see the meme where it's like lyrics from songs in the 70s and it's like Bohemian Rhapsody versus lyrics today? It's like Who Run the World by Beyonce. It's like Who Run the World's lyrics are maybe like 20 words, and then you have Bohemian Rhapsody, which is like a full-on story.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
How music has changed. Also, I find that there are certain themes that I will go to when I'm in a session, like certain words or certain themes that I am like, it's overplayed. Like,
give us an example.
Okay, this is no shade, no tea, no shade, but people talking about their therapists, stop. We're all in therapy, bitch. If I hear one more time, my therapist this, my therapist that, I personally won't put that in a song because I think I've heard it. Have you guys heard that?
I'm like trying to put 2 and 2 together.
I haven't, but I use that in some of my TikToks. Like my therapist once said.
Okay. That's different.
No, it's okay.
That's different. You're feeling personally victimized by this.
I'm gonna start listening to songs now and like hear this.
Now that she said it.
Now that you said it, I'm gonna
like
pay attention. I feel like maybe I wasn't paying attention to that.
Pay major attention. Pay major attention. But I think, yeah, people are more alike. Artists are more alike now than maybe there used to be. But just because the internet is such a like hodgepodge and everybody's
Yeah.
drawing inspiration from everybody so easily.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think there's also just so much more. Like,
Yeah.
like you just notice it now more because there's way more songs now than there were 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's so easy to put out a song.
Yeah,
So-
like us tonight.
We can. You know
We
what
literally
we
might.
always joke about this, and funny enough, we have a new intro song for our podcast. We just changed it recently because we used to use "I'm Not Alright" by Loud Luxury, and they're friends of mine from university. So we've been using that song forever, and it always gets flagged because technically Sony never gave us the rights to use it, but like we know them, we asked them, they said yes. So we're like, you know what, we should get a new song. So a former guest, he's like, I messaged him, I'm like, hey, do you have any songs in the vault that you're not going to release that we can just have that like aren't out there? So it's not, you know, what's it called? Copyrighted or anything? He's like, yeah, I got the perfect song. And it worked perfectly for our
It's
intro.
so good.
And we always said,
I wish the song was out.
we should just take all the songs from all the artists that have come on this podcast that are never going to get released, and we should just release them as ourselves, and we would have, one of them's got to be an absolute banger.
A smash.
One of them for sure.
So
I
everyone's,
know
like, vaults,
if
like,
we've taken all the vaults of
something.
every artist we've had on this
Diamond
podcast
certified.
that are never going to release those songs, there's 1,000% a platinum banger in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can have one of mine if you want.
Done.
I have a couple that I'm not planning on releasing.
Why?
Well, you have to write so many songs to get to the good ones.
But how do you know it's not a good one?
Because I leave being like, that was trash.
Yeah, but maybe to you at that moment in time, but like maybe a year later you tweak it or something, and that's...
Yes, that's a good tweaking is such a huge thing. I think I didn't have enough grace for the process of, I didn't realize that you can do so many things. Like Chapel Roan recently released an earlier version of Red Wine Supernova that I still love, but it was nothing compared to what it is now. So I think that is very true, Ricky. Very true.
And
But
I
the
feel like-
bones of it, I feel like.
See, but I feel like especially now with social media, and obviously I'm not an artist, or I have literally zero musical talent. If I was an artist, I'd just be releasing, again, it's different. There's obviously rules and whatever, like labels and everything, but just be releasing anything that came to mind because you have no idea what it's going to resonate with certain
there's
people.
a bigger process.
do you know
to
what I mean
that.
now, especially with like how easy it is to release music and like, let's say this TikTok world, there are so many songs now that go mega viral that artists never planned on releasing. What's a good example? The I'm Blue snippet from BB Rexa and David Guetta. They were never planning on releasing that.
Yeah, because it wasn't good enough then. Then they went and reworked it, and then look what happened.
No, it went viral on TikTok.
Okay, went
That's
viral
why
on
they ended
TikTok.
and then they finished the song. Or there's so many artists that have like a little snippet of a song. What's the other
Yeah.
one? Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Okay, they were gonna release it, but it went mega viral.
Yeah, but there's other. I just feel like I've had this conversation with people before. Like sometimes it's not the artist. It's,
That's
like,
fair.
There's
Yeah.
other things that go into just releasing the song.
Like you have songs that you said they're not good. Well, maybe
Yeah.
they're not good to you and the standard that you're holding them at, but maybe someone else hears it and is like, holy fuck, that's like my favorite song.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't become a radio hit, but maybe that gets you a few more fans or something. I don't know.
What I've learned this year more than anything is that I have to fuck with it.
Yeah, she has
Bottom,
to be proud of her songs. If
That's
she doesn't,
true.
if she doesn't
Bottom
think this is her best
line.
that she can do,
because I have to post them.
And you got to promote.
promote
I have to
them.
promote them.
Yeah.
And if I'm not 100% proud of it, or I don't feel like it's a good representation of me, and then what if something did go simply vi that wasn't like a good
Also, I
representation
love all
of
the
me?
abbreviations you're using.
Thank you.
Diff. There was another one using the vi.
You're
I feel
keeping
like
up.
no, but I feel like you're like sometimes you like look for a second and it takes you a second to register.
Well, yeah, because I don't speak in abbreviations.
We've probably shaved off at least like 4 seconds using them. You know what I mean?
Well, let's just pause for a second so we get those 4 seconds back.
Okay, no, go
Okay, we're
back.
good.
It has stuff to say.
So yeah, continue. Sorry.
I think integrity is something that I sorry, I just completely word vomited.
No, I know
Let
what
me
you're
start
saying.
over. Having a vision as an artist, I think, is more important now than ever. Ricky, if you came up with an artist project tomorrow called King Ricky, and you released a song a week, and one of them went simply over the moon, I don't know if you'd be able to still sell tickets, because what world are you in? It's like, what are you world building? What's your artist voice? Like there are so many things that go into projects that are popping off, like Charlie XCX this year, Sabrina this year, Chapel this year. All they have all created a world that people want to be a part of.
Well, it's like Charlie XCX is like the one, she created her whole brat persona through this year. When you think about it, how long ago, 15 years ago, she like released like Boom, Clap.
Oh my God.
And that's a completely different person.
Yeah, well, it's a journey for sure. And like, this is Sabrina's 6th album, and Chapel's was signed at 16. Like it takes 10 years to be an overnight success, but they have really all emphasized this, like, you're coming to be a part of my world. Yeah. You know, you're buying a ticket to enter my universe. And that's so important nowadays. I think people want to be a part of a world and escape a little bit, because we're all a bit depressed.
Delulu.
Yeah, and Delulu. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I was going to say this, though, because it has both your points. The TikToker, Alex Warren, he released a song I think about a month or two ago.
Okay.
And then people liked the version on TikTok that he had posted originally versus the actual one that came out. And so he went back and just released the TikTok one the next day. So now both versions are out.
Okay.
Would you ever do that just because that's what like your fans wanted?
It's a great question.
I would be devastated if that happened, first of all. But
it was I was actually like, I'm like, give this guy, it was like first big song.
Yeah. Okay. If it was his first big mom, for sure, I would definitely capitalize, for sure. But there's something to be said also about just doing whatever your fans want you to do and letting that happen. Because then you're losing sight of what you want. And then if you're constantly chasing the noise, I don't think that's not what got people interested in the first place, you know?
Like, I don't know too much about it. I know it's because, like, he got his claim to fame through TikTok.
Right. But
maybe music was his, like, all-time passion before that. Like, I don't know. Maybe he uses that as an outlet. But yeah. And he has his fan base because of TikTok.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's just, like, I found it very interesting.
So what would you
Pandora's
do?
Box.
What would you do? You personally?
If my fans were like, we think this version is trash, I would crawl up into a hole and die.
Maybe not trash. Let's say you had a song, or you did a verse online that went mega viral, but you didn't love it, and then you wrote a different verse that you loved more.
No, it was the same verse, just different beat, like different production.
Different
it was
beat?
different production. It was just the production standpoint.
What would you finalize and put out for good? The one you loved, the one the fans loved?
I would think I would do whatever resonated online. I would stay true to that for sure. If I'm following the noise, but I really try not to do that these days. I think I was in an era, and a lot of artists where see what hits and then release it, because then you have an audience for it. But I'm really trying to hone in on my voice, and by that I mean like my writing voice, my actual voice. What's a quintessential Devon Cole song? When people dress up as me for Halloween 4 years from now, what is it going to look like? You know what I mean? You have a brand if people can dress up for you as Halloween. Period. Okay?
What were you for Halloween this year?
Write it down. What was I? Yeah. Oh my God. This is actually a really traumatizing story. I'll get into it. Okay. I made a poll on my Instagram story. Which villain should I be for Halloween? It was like fairy godmother from Shrek. You know, the evil one. Yeah. Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. And then a couple Disney princess villains. Everybody voted for Yzma, and I'm like, okay, this is going to go viral. Like, I have to be Yzma. This is so exciting. My fans want it. Let's do it. I crafted for 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, not actually. 3 nights. Burnt myself with hot glue on my legs. 2 Band-Aids right here. You can't see. Made her headpiece out of hangers and black tights. It was the most horrendous looking thing at the end of it all. At the end of all that effort, actually, I did purple makeup. It turned out being the ugliest thing that I've ever seen in my life. I thought that it was going to be yassified the boots down. Like, it was actually really, really bad. You guys know that TikTok, like, this is what I wanted, and this is what I got. I was in this is what I got. It was really, really bad. And so I didn't post it online, and I'm hoping that everybody forgot about it, because I
think you should do it and do it with that sound.
It's so bad. I'll show it to you guys after this. It's actually, I'm scared of myself. Like, it's really, really bad. But I went as the fairy godmother from Shrek another night, and that was very, very cute. But
I think I saw that costume that you wore, and I really liked it.
it's super cute.
Yes.
Yeah. Why did I think I'm gonna do like a full purple beat when I've never done that before in my life, and I think it's gonna look good? It was so bad. I'll show you guys. You guys want to see it right now?
Let's see it.
I feel like so many like celebrities are out there in these insane costumes. I'm like, oh my god, that looks so easy.
They have help.
I could never. They have
I
too
know
much
they have
help that
teams.
I don't have.
Okay, this was my inspiration for do we all know who Isma is?
Yes.
I have no idea. Sorry.
You
Okay,
will
this
once
was
you
my
see-
inspiration. This is
Okay.
what I wanted.
So, who is that?
This is Ashniko. She's gorgeous, amazing, beautiful. This is
Sorry,
what I wanted.
Is this the actual character, or is this a person being
No,
the
it's the
character?
person.
This is a
Okay.
person. Just it's like giving the makeup that I think would look good
Okay.
with Isma. Okay, keep that in mind.
Let's see you.
This is what I got.
I think you missed.
Did I ever? Are you kidding
I hate
me?
to say, you know what that looks like on your head, right?
A penis.
Hate to say it,
I made that from scratch.
It's also kind of like
but you should be proud. Like again, you built something.
it's
you
giving
made
like a
something.
one horn Maleficent also.
And then this doesn't even look like my face is purple. Like, what is going on? You think I'm gonna post that?
I mean, it doesn't look bad though.
Absolutely not. So the moral of the story is I'm never doing another Instagram poll for anything ever again.
Noted.
Anyways,
Okay, best Halloween costume ever.
that I've done. Ooh,
And
I
Danny,
love
to you too.
Halloween. I'm bald that night of the Isma costume because
I feel like this is a
love
little bit
Halloween.
of a trend here. The bawling.
Yeah, I do cry like so much, so much.
We appreciate the honesty though.
yeah.
Oh, mage. When I was in elementary school, grade 12, my picture was of me. You know, you can do like a fun one. My picture was of me with tissues, and I went, and then I gave it to all my high school teachers as a story.
Best Halloween.
And I had to write my exams in a broom closet because I cried so much taking my chemistry exams that it was distracting for everybody else.
Or why are you a loud crier?
I'm not a loud crier, but I think they can see me shuddering from behind. I'm like, you like from behind, like you can. It's obvious that I'm weeping. You know what I mean?
So you're not loud, but you're
The aura,
eccentric.
you can sense it from a mile
Yeah.
away. That bitch is down bad. Like she's not good.
No.
Not okay. So I started writing them in a broom closet, and then my chemistry teacher would put little notes in each page, like it's okay, like you know
You
the
got
answer
this.
to this one. It was so sweet, and we follow each other on Instagram, and she's like still, I love her so much. Hi, Allie, love you. And she's the reason I went to school to be a teacher, and then I said, I want to be a pop star.
Wait, is this before the advertising? Obviously.
I've had many lives, but I went to school for psychology. During those summers, I was working as a copywriter, but I was also working concurrently to get my teaching degree, so I could teach
Okay.
babies.
Okay.
Aw.
If you
Now
weren't,
you're a pop star.
Yeah.
if you weren't a pop star, what would you do?
I would be a mermaid. In Dubai, they have mermaid
We've asked
shows.
at least 200 people this question, and
I
mermaid
had that one ready.
is. Have you ever been Ariel for Halloween?
No,
That should have been.
but
your-
she's on my wall. I have a decal of her on my wall.
And you haven't been.
She's
Ariel
my
for
favorite
Halloween?
princess. I know. I think it was a bit overdone this year because the movie came out recently, and I was like, I need to be unique. Unique New York.
I'm gonna be the. Would you decide this year again? inside-
Isma. I don't even want. I can't.
You can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it. We'll put that in the vault with the
Okay,
songs
but
that don't get released.
You
In
know.
Dubai,
Okay.
they do these shows where you hold your breath, you're in full mermaid garb, and then you go under and you say hi to kids and you like blow them like a little.
I
bubble
saw
kiss,
that.
and it's a bubble, and I could do that.
Do you know the show Below Deck?
Of course.
Okay, so the episode last night,
Was a mermaid.
they were in Ibiza.
This is why we can't do podcasts on Tuesdays. It's reality TV show.
No,
night.
it was Monday night. It was
Oh.
Monday night. Tuesdays is Dancing with the Stars.
How could I forget?
Mm.
But no, they were in Ibiza, like going around the Med, and they stopped at an island that's known for like mermaids and stuff, and they hired a mermaid to come on the boat and like perform at the bottoms. The fact that you like that's in my brain. I watched it last night.
That's the simulation.
Yeah,
For sure. I was meant to be here. You were meant to be
yes,
here.
we're meant to
all
have this
be here in
conversation right
moment.
now.
But I would definitely do that. Or
Okay.
be a princess
I actually
at
really,
Disneyland.
You would be a great princess.
Thank you.
You have, I don't want to say this. I could picture you honestly being like a cartoon Disney princess. Like even your voice, I could
You're
see
an
you doing-
infectious
yeah.
character.
Yeah,
Thank
that's the
you.
best way to put it. Infectious character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind.
In the
Thank
most
you.
positive way.
I appreciate that so much. Would you guys visit me at Disneyland? if I
100%.
was a princess?
Yeah, I try and go every couple of years, so I would be there.
I love that. I've never been.
Really?
What?
I
You need
know.
to go.
I'm really, really, really
But
wanting
I've
to go.
I've never been to LA but I've been to Orlando.
Oh,
You've never been to LA? No,
Not
yeah.
Disneyland.
Oh,
Oh,
Disneyland.
I've been to Disney World, not Disneyland.
Sorry.
Very different.
How could I forget?
Go with the Orlando one for your
Okay.
first experience.
okay. We're thinking Christmas 2025,
Like
Disneyland.
go.
Yeah, we're gonna go all out.
Worth it.
Um,
And it's even good as adults. You don't
Are
need to
you
make it
kidding?
better.
yeah, I think it's better. I'm gonna be rude for a second and steer us
Go.
By all means.
because I just dropped an EP.
We love this. She's in the background like, yep, we got to do this.
This is business.
Yeah, now
I-
we're on to business.
I recently saw a quote from somebody that was like, I thought people went on podcasts and were the covers of magazines and something just for fun. When they realized that it's because everybody's trying to promote something or like they want to talk about something specific, it was earth shattering. And that's how I feel now. Like I saw Andrew Garfield on the cover of something and I was like, what movie are you in that you're promoting right now?
What are you
know?
doing?
Yeah. I thought it was just people coming on for fun to have a good time. And we are. But I also
But we
just
got to
dropped
do a bit
an
of work.
EP.
We got to do a bit
Yeah.
of work. Okay, so tell us about the EP.
Okay. So this is the first project that I've released since 2021. It's the first project that I've released since being signed. It's the first project that I've released since I went Mage Vi with my song Witch. So a lot has happened in that time. And this is a collection of songs I'm really proud of. It's a little bit of everything. It's kind of a sonic smorgasbord, if you will. There's something in there for everyone. And like I said, I've really been trying to focus this year on what do I love and what do I F with. And I love all of these songs. And I think they're very true to me. And I'm still figuring it out, like what's a quintessential Devon Cole song and what are people going to dress up for me as Halloween 4 years from now. But I think I'm closer to it now than more than ever. And I love the songs and I hope people listen to them. And also, my song I Got You, that's on
I love
it.
that song.
Oh my God,
Love that song.
that's so nice. It got to number 6 in Canada, which is so
That's
exciting.
insane.
Yeah. My first like radio moment ever. And it's just Canadian. I mean, I don't mean that at all. I don't mean that. I mean, Billboard Top 40 in the US is obviously the goal for all artists, but this is like huge for me.
It is.
It is a
Really,
really
even
big deal.
When we saw the email coming, I was just like, I know that fucking song. I just heard it on the radio like 30 minutes ago. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my God, yay.
Yes, that is very cool.
I heard it on the radio coming from LA to Toronto in my Uber. And I was like, can you turn that up, please? And they did. But I've
Did you
stopped
say anything?
saying.
And we were like, hey, do you know this girl?
I did one time say, that's me. And it didn't turn out very well. So I've stopped saying that. I'm just like, can you turn up? I love this song. You should add it to your playlist.
What's the most exciting thing for you, I think, about releasing this?
About releasing this. Ooh. I'm most excited about the fact that it's giving me an opportunity to tour, do like a headline tour. I've never done a headline tour ever. And I've been an artist since 2020, which is still early days.
You're still very early days.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID doesn't count.
Yeah.
So there's like
doesn't
2
count.
years.
Yeah, for sure. Incubation period. But I'm so excited to go on tour. I'm so excited to tour in proper venues in Canada and start building a touring business because that's what's going to sustain me as an artist.
Okay, we talked. Take away Red Rocks. What would be like
Canadian.
or what's your most exciting city that you want to tour in? Not even
Ooh.
just like venue, city. Like,
I also think Budweiser is like, obviously,
yes.
the pinnacle.
I heard they're closing it down for a couple of years.
They might be while they're doing the renos, because that's why they're opening up
That-
the
the
Rogers
Rogers
Stadium
The new
Oh.
place.
uptown. Yeah.
Where T Swift is going to be. Okay.
No, that's Rogers Center. They're opening up a new place at Downsview called Rogers
Uptown,
Stadium.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna like
Aw.
fit like 80,000 people to mimic and have those big artists come in and not have to do them at the Rogers Center because there's like massive fees and all these different things. That's why like
Okay.
artists don't want to perform there.
Oh, I hope they bring it back soon.
But yeah, I heard they're closing, but hopefully soon.
What city would I love to go to? Well, I'd love to do an international tour someday. Maybe when I'm in my Halloween era and people are like dressing up as me, I will be able to go to like to do a show in Berlin.
Be sick.
If Berlin people fuck with you, you've made it. Like that's all I have to say.
I wanted to ask on this EP specifically,
Yeah.
what's the vibe? What do you want people to take away from it? How do you want people to feel?
I hope they get to know me a bit better. There's some storytelling in there about my journey that maybe they didn't know about. Like there's this one song, All Bad. It's very autobiographical about how I got kicked out of rehab. Lol. So that was a really traumatic time in my life. I just hope that I'm continuing to grow my fan base. Like that is the goal of this, whether these songs are nurturing people who've been around from the beginning or whether these songs are finding new people and they're discovering me that way. I think it's going to do both of those things, but I just hope people love them and pick their favorite song and learn all the words. And then when I go on tour, we can sing it together.
I love that. Your energy again is so infectious. Yeah,
It makes me smile. I feel like just
my
while you're
cheeks are
talking-
hurting, literally.
Same, just 'cause, like when you speak, like I'm smiling, but like I'm genuinely excited to see you kind of even take that next step in your career and go on tour and show people the music. Because I feel like the audience and your fans are gonna like feel that.
Thank you. I'm a personality high for sure.
Well, you are on tour next week in Canada.
Yes.
Well, this will be. We'll release this during the tour. This will be. We'll move our schedule to make sure this is out and kind of in lining with this tour.
I'm actually going on tour in the States next week. And then I'm touring in Canada, though, in the spring.
Wasn't it November 13th or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Oh,
Those are my American dates. I know.
US goes first.
Yeah.
We get it. We get it. Well, what are you most excited for about the tour?
I'm excited to meet people who are there just for me, to meet fans. Because I've been opening for people for so long, and that's been kind of my journey so far, and I hope to open for more people in my life. But you're kind of trying to win them over in that way and try and make them remember you. But these are people who are hopefully fans of me, and I just can't wait to meet them and get to know them and give them a little button that says I was here, and so that when people start dressing up as me for Halloween,
It all goes
that'll
back to
be
the
one of the
Halloween
things.
costume.
they can be like, you guys weren't even there at the 2 Shades Blonder pop-up tour in November 2024,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how do we get butt in? I want to butt in.
Well, you were here. I'll make you one.
I appreciate you.
I'll make you guys specifically
Okay.
ones. My pals were there.
And then we're gonna be you for Halloween.
Yeah. Give me 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, we want to do it first, so we'll do it next year. We want to be first.
But I don't know what my quintessential. My hair might not be the same.
Yeah, but that's the
then.
exciting part is
What
your
if-
fans get to decide that.
Yeah, that's true. But
But again, you say you don't know, but what if you like figure that out for yourself in a month from now? What if you go on this tour in the US, you start it, and you're like, this is
this
what
is
I'm.
my look.
This is me.
I'll let you guys know first, if that's the case.
Well, you're gonna have to come back on here, whether it's even like 6 months, whatever, a year.
for sure. I'm gonna have this
And we need a
nostril
whole
pierced.
recap.
Yeah,
Another nostril, maybe a tattoo,
maybe a belly button.
maybe belly button.
Yeah.
Couple
Mage.
more. Who knows?
Yeah,
It's exciting.
it is so
It is very exciting.
Before we wrap up, I know we talked about who your dream artist would be, kind of to collaborate with. Dead.
Yeah.
But who, like, in the future would you want? Whether it's just like writing a song with, performing with.
Oh my God, I have so many. I'm a John Mayer apologist through and through. I'm sorry.
I was not expecting that whatsoever.
I know, it's my most toxic trait.
Were you?
No, but I fuck with John Mayer.
Yeah.
I love his music. I grew up listening to him. I'm sorry to every Swiftie, like ever. I don't like him, but I love him.
Well, without John Mayer, there's no bangers. Without Jake Gyllenhaal, there's no bangers. Without when her and Travis Kelce break up, if they break up,
Yeah, that's true.
Holy fuck, will there be the biggest album this world's ever seen?
Yeah, there'd be no. Yeah,
Like,
totally.
So you gotta remember, everything happens for a reason. Without John Mayer, she doesn't end up with Travis Kelce, maybe. So
Yeah, there's no Dear John. You know. So I love him, and there's this artist that I love, Annika Bennett, who's in LA, and she's amazing. She just recently collaborated with John Mayer, and it made me feel like if he loves the song enough and he hears it, that it's possible. So I love him so much. I would die to do a song with Sabrina Carpenter.
That's who I thought you were going to see.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to see. I could see that easily, like 100%.
Or like Gracie Adams or Abrams.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
I think Sabrina and I are both hilarious. No, I don't know.
I think you like. I've never met her. I've never seen her, but just even based off her interviews, I feel like you guys could have like similar, but you have like you would have bouncing personalities with each other.
We would totally kiki, and we would write a very tongue-in-cheek song. Like I think it would really be fun. So hey, Sabrina. But I love her so much. Obviously Taylor Swift, but like what are our boundaries? You know what I mean?
There are no boundaries.
Manifest it for yourself. Like
yeah.
Okay, Sabrina is as far as I'm gonna let myself dream, I think. Okay. John Mayer, I have in my pocket.
Look at how her career turned. Like her career literally, like she was opening for Taylor Swift a year ago, and now she has her own headline like tours in these massive arenas. Like you just never know what can happen.
You know she had this plan though.
Yeah,
guys, when she was opening for Taylor, she knew that the year next. She said in her mind, you don't even know what's coming. She knew. I think she must have known. Or maybe she didn't know that.
Or maybe she sat somewhere in an interview and said that same comment, and look where she is.
Yeah, it's very true. Please.
Before we wrap up, I got one more. And the year's obviously coming to a close. We're going to be starting 2025 soon. Aside from the new EP, what are some goals that are on the horizon for you?
Ooh.
To either end the year or for next year?
I would love to next year be able to tour as much as possible, whether it's opening for somebody. I would love to open for somebody or just to be out and about in the summertime. I think this summer I was preparing for this EP, so I did less shows and that kind of thing, but I really missed like a touring summer. So I would love to do that next year and write my little heart out writing an album. I'm so excited for that. And for the end of this year, I'm going to continue to promote these songs and focus on my health.
I love that.
Thank you.
And I've gotten a lot of the short form words. There was the Kiki I didn't get, that one.
It's okay.
I didn't know what that one was. You said me and so with Kiki?
Yeah, it's very gay. It means like we would gab. Like we would have a great time.
Oh, gab means great time.
Like we would like chat. We'd have lady chats. Like we would have a great time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Danny, anything else before we wrap up?
No, I'm just like, I'm so happy you came on today. And like, we have a double recording today with another podcast. And like, I just wish you could stay on the whole time.
Aww,
like, your
so
energy
sweet.
is just so much fun.
You have
so good getting to know
very
you.
unique energy, very one of a kind. And I feel like you are the type
Thank you.
of person that can light up a room.
Oh, that's
Genuinely
so sweet.
do mean that.
Thank
And I'm like
you.
really excited to see like kind of like where you are in the next couple
Shanae.
months.
Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. I really appreciate that. Do you guys know what I meant when I said personality hire?
When did you say personality hire?
I slipped it in at one point.
I don't think you
Okay.
I don't remember.
I think that would be a funny name for an album. It's one of my album names. Personality hire. It's like maybe I'm not the best guitar player in the world, but like
I know what it means.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what it means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a funny album name? Personality hire.
I think it'd be pretty good.
Okay. Well,
I believe in you, so if you think it's a good album idea, then I fuck with it.
Okay.
I believe I really do genuinely believe you have a great attitude and a great personality. And you have an energy too that's very unique, and it's I'm big on like energies and vibes and all this juju. I believe that good things happen to good people, and good people that have good energies just attract good things to happen to them. And I feel like you're one of those people.
Thank you.
And you're talented
that.
as fuck.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, thank you guys. I'm so glad that you guys have been hearing I Got You. And thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming on.
Are we all certified pals?
Certified pals. Before we do wrap up, if people want to find out more about your music, your new EP, where can they go? How can they find you?
Look me up. Devon Cole. DEVONCOLE. Anywhere you're streaming music. I'm Devon Cole Music on TikTok. I'm Devon M. Cole on Instagram. People thought maybe my last name was McCole. It's not. M is for my middle name, Mackenzie. I'm Irish. I don't have Twitter because I refuse. And that's pretty much it.
That was the best. Like, where can they find you? Answer we've ever heard. Because I was gonna ask what's the end, but you answered it in the short form there, and then there was another thing.
You had that perfectly down pat.
Yeah, you spelled out Devon, which is very good.
Very important.
Yeah, because sometimes people use an I.
We get it.
And I get it.
My older mate used to be Y.
Oh, that's one step
way too far.
Way too far.
But Devon, thank you again for coming on. We wish you all the best
you.
on the tour this fall, winter, and on the EP. And hopefully we see you in the new year.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, thanks so much for having me, you guys. Can we all hug?
This is our first on-air hug. Oh, we love this.
Wait, you guys don't hug your guests?
Well, we do off-air usually.
Oh, that's so cute. We're making hits. Look how much I'm sweating.
And guys, if you made it to the end of this, we appreciate you. Obviously, go stream Devon's new album. Follow Danny and myself. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheers, pals.